tuning in to Connected by Creatures. We're going to have a blast tonight. We don't even need to introduce this guy. We got Mr. Chris Eaton. Chris, thank you for coming, man.
Gentlemen, thank you for having me, man.
What's going on, brother? How's your week been?
Good, man. Plugging away. It's my birthday weekend, so I'm looking forward to just staying here and being left alone.
What day is your birthday this weekend, so we can make sure everybody blows up your fucking social media?
Oh, yeah, no, great.
Really good.
No, it's July 18th.
Okay, good. Oh, okay, so it's coming.
No, I'm kidding. It's July 5th. Right.
You sound like Katie. You got your whole birthday month.
No. It's really just July 4th, and fucking I'll just take that day and be left alone. And for the last four years, I just spent it alone in my apartment, and I love it. So
it kind of is the best gift, just to be left the fuck alone sometimes. Yep. No, I hear you, brother. So what's the next show you're going to be at? Because obviously I know you and I hung out at Conroe. Is that the next one for you again?
Well, that's a little bit up in the air right now because I might be working the day job that weekend of Conroe, but I'm going to make it out to Arlington regardless. So Arlington, either Arlington or Conroe is going to be the next show.
Okay. Hell yeah. So Texas, for all the Texas peeps. Those shows are so much fucking fun, man. And for those who don't know, you're in pretty tight with the Texas crew down there. Was that just something that just kind of naturally happened just with you attending shows back when you were with Eyeballs and you just kind of gravitated to those people, or?
No, what happened was nobody gives a fuck about Eyeballs. Even back then, nobody really cared. But I thought it might be fun to do the Arlington show as Snakes and a Fatman, and I did it once in 2018. And I picked up half my sponsors are from Texas, so I picked them all up in Texas. So they called me an honorary Texan once, so I'll take that. I'll take that that compliment. But yeah, it's going to be cool. Next time I go, I think they're taking me in a helicopter and they're giving me a machine gun, and I'm going to get to shoot fucking pigs.
So that's actually a pretty popular thing down here in the South because
I'm looking forward.
If you guys aren't aware of it, we have really bad feral hog problems, and it's to the point that my family, we have a pretty good sized farm, and we lost a bunch of acres of pine tree saplings from where these hogs come in and just root and tear everything up. So like in Texas, you can pay money to go up in a helicopter with a machine gun and just kill them. So, yeah.
Well, that's what I told him. I told him I don't want to be on the ground because I'm a dick from New York. I don't know how to work a machine gun, right? Like, well, what if I fucking miss and then this thing charges me and fucking spears my leg? And then fucking I end up not being able to walk again because of a fucking dumb pig in Texas. So when we go in a helicopter, I at least know it's safe. And, I won't get killed by a boar. So.
Yeah, I'd rather you not do that myself. Yeah. We need you around.
Yeah.
Somebody's got to be the asshole in the hobby.
Now it's starting already. Okay, all right.
Yep. We're just lubing you up a little bit. We're just gonna gonna just ease you into this. Just relax. It's gonna be okay.
I already know what I've known all week what to expect. Right. So
the whole dueling banjos, and we're already talking about squealing pigs. So I mean, we're already halfway there.
No,
you got a party mouth.
It was so fucking hot there in Texas, though. Like, it was 99 degrees at 10 o'clock at night, and people are just talking and fucking singing like it's not the eighth circle of hell, and like fucking, I tapped out at 10:30. Zach will tell you, I went back to the fucking hotel and I ordered Jack in the Box, right, and just hung out in the air conditioning,
It was fucking brutal down there for sure. Just in terms of humidity, and you being from New York, obviously that is definitely not your climate. But I find the attitude's a little bit similar. You guys are very like regionally, like fuck you, I'm from Texas. Fuck you, I'm from New York. Like it's a crossover there.
I mean, I don't even give a shit about it. Like New York is the worst place in the world to live.
I know. I love
it. It's such a shithole. And it's just like living in California, you realize what fucking morons live in New York. And I remember in California, I was sitting in front of the TV watching the news or something, and they had some Con Ed guy from New York on, and he's like, hey, yo, the fucking pole came down here and I saved the woman and all. And I looked at my girlfriend and I'm like, Jesus fucking Christ, do I sound that stupid? And she's like, she's like, yeah, you did. She goes, but you kind of lost it since you moved here. She goes, but whenever you talk to your dumbass friends, it comes back for like another couple of days. And now that I live here again, I know I sound like just as much of a cunt as fucking anybody else here. It's just the worst. I hate it.
So are you one of those guys that you kind of pick up on dialects that you're around? Because I'm that way really bad. So like if I talk to my grandfather on the phone, I get super fucking Southern again all of a sudden. But if I hang out in Texas for a little while, I start picking up on their little bit of twang. If I hang out in I'm bad about that shit.
No, but I remember after that specific time when I asked her if I sounded that stupid, I like tried to sound California, like and pronounce every fucking word correctly and speak clearly.
Yeah.
And then I moved back here, and these doofus friends of mine that just fucking, they're like, hey, go away, yay, I owe you, and I go, oh, shut the fuck up, dude. Like, is there nothing less sexy than the fucking New York accent? Like, especially on women, it's just the worst, so I just can't stand it. But I'm aware that I sound like a fucking idiot, so I just embrace it, We
That's all right. Go ahead.
No, I was talking to somebody the other day, and I think Corey Martin. And I basically said I realized my role in this whole thing is like I'm an idiot who entertains morons. And that's like basically what I do, So
I don't think it could be said any better.
I'm just accepting it, like all these fucking snake people.
Well, the upside is there's a big market for that, Chris. It's amazing.
No, there's a lot of morons out there because we sell an ass ton of shirts. So it's like you could tell how many morons there are. So it's all good.
It's like you see the Zoom meeting of the morons hosted by
it totally is.
The Fatman totally idiot.
But what's funny is that guys like Warren Booth will show up and fucking Ryan McVeigh, like all these fucking smart people where you're like, why are you even listening to this shit? Like, how did you hear about this? Like, are you slumming it this weekend? But I
think they're trying to normalize themselves.
Well, maybe they come hang out with the morons like the old King of England's used to do, where they used to, hang out with the commoners to make them feel like they're at the same level. But yeah, no, I'm happy. I got guys like Ryan and Warren and everybody to come down, so it's all good, man.
When you spend your whole life at the upper echelon, sometimes you just got to party with the peasants, man. It's just like
the peasants are more fun to party with. I mean, that's really. But like, I'll call all snake people white trash till the day I die. But I'd rather hang out with the white trash than the fucking, the rich guys. That's until I hang out with the rich guys, and then I'm like, oh, this ain't so bad either.
This is great.
Yeah.
But that's why you got to have both. It reminds you to appreciate the little things in that both groups bring to the table.
Yep, exactly.
I get it, brother. I get it.
So
give us a little bit of go ahead, Bradley.
No, I got something that I want to talk about with Chris whenever we get all the pleasantries and bullshit out of the way.
Oh yeah, no, knock yourself out.
Let's go.
Start telling me how much I suck.
No, it's not that. It's something that I've been wondering. So fuck all the snake bullshit for right now. If you could have been a founding member of any band, who would you be a founding member of?
Man, that's like if you could be a ball python morph, what ball python morph would you be? But Aerosmith or Guns N' Roses, those are the two, kind of definitive rock and roll bands, I think. So
fair enough.
Why? What would yours be?
Oh man, it's way too hard of a question. That's why I asked it to you. No, probably. If I could pick anybody, it would probably be like. I mean, either Pantera or Alice in Chains, one of the two. And I know they're so much different, but both of them mean so much to me.
Right. No, I hear you. They're both good bands. I mean, they came. Really, Pantera used to be a glam band.
They were glam for like their first 3 albums, and people don't even realize, before they were even glam with Phil. Like Phil did a glam album with them. Yeah, and they had Carrie Lee before that. But it's interesting that people and they were on their dad's record label, know, and people just don't even think about those albums. They think Cowboys is the first Pantera album.
Yeah. Well, it's the first Pantera album that was aggressive, and more towards the heavier stuff, so.
And, like, it's funny because Dom got offered positions in several big bands, like Dave Mustaine offered Dom a position and like he turned it down because he wouldn't go without Vinnie Paul. Right. Like, and they didn't want Vinnie Paul too. So like it's just
in all fairness, fuck Dave Mustaine. Yeah, I mean,
I was just gonna say, let's be real clear. That would not have fucking worked out at all. Dave Mustaine would end up getting his fucking ass kicked by fucking Dime.
I mean, Dave Mustaine's such a douche, and he's really kind of proven that now with just tossing Ellison out the fucking window after 30 fucking years with the guy. So. And for what? The guy liked to jerk off. Let him fucking jerk off in peace, man.
And the chick that he was talking to, like, she said there was nothing, like, it was all cool. Like, she was just as big of a part of it as he was. It's not like, he was doing anything wrong.
Yeah, it's so fucking stupid. If I got in trouble for the amount of times a day that I jerk off the things that I shouldn't jerk off to, all right, I would be dead. I would fucking, they would cancel me in a fucking heartbeat, So, Bill Cosby just got released. Let's talk about Bill Cosby.
Oh man, that's a hell of a fucking thing. We could talk about this for the rest of the fucking night. The thing that here's the thing, and this is all I'm going to say about it. I love that we live in this fucking giant world of cancel culture bullshit. Nobody that I've seen is up in arms about that. Not even a little bit. People are fucking making memes, making fucking jokes. And I'm like, are you fucking kidding me? Fuck out of here. Like, this discredits all of the other motherfuckers that I know. They're these social justice warrior motherfuckers that are saying nothing about that. Like, you can't say shit about anybody anymore. Fuck off. All your other bullshit is just a fucking flex for your fucking...
Jim Jeffries said something. Jim Jeffries, the comedian, said something, and he says he thinks that the reason that Cosby got off is because, as far as rapes go, it wasn't that bad, I mean, he goes, imagine, you're with Bill Cosby, you go home with him, you pass out, and then you wake up to Bill Cosby's 2 fingers inside you, and that hilarious face, and him just like with the fribble and the frabble and the fucking pudding pops. And if I'm ever gonna get raped, that's the way I want to get raped.
Well, I mean, it's like right when your eyes open, here comes the pudding. Oh.
Right. So, I mean, people just got to come.
Never watched or not watched, but listened to Snakes and the Fat Man. This is the kind of entertainment you're in for. It's good. Yeah. It's really good shit.
Oh, Jesus Christ.
Yeah, so to anyone who happened to bring their kids to Connected by Creatures, probably isn't the kid episode.
Why would you do that?
Yeah.
This is not going to be a positivity episode. We're not going to talk about our fucking feelings. Okay, like fucking, I saw Brad, like you convinced Bradley to talk about his feelings one night, and I was like, fucking Zach, man. Like, how did he take fucking this tough motherfucker guy? And he's like, oh, well, I just wanted you to know that I really care about it. And I'm like, what? Who cares about that? So fucking,
fuck out of here,
we're not talking about any of that tonight. And we're not going to go for 3 fucking hours, all right? Fucking nobody gives a fuck what I have to say for 3 hours, I don't talk to my father
record,
for 3 hours, right?
Chris just shit on my entire idea for the evening. I was gonna get him to like talk about his feelings.
Yeah.
I was gonna really like break down the barrier and like get people to know who the real Fatman is, you know, at a deeper level. But I guess that's all out the window. I figured it would take about 3 hours.
One of the reasons that I won't do that, just so you know, is because I'm not an 8-year-old little girl. Okay, so fucking, I'm not gonna do that. You have a problem, you fucking walk it off, man.
I love it.
So if you were expecting the fat man to start crying on your show, it's just not gonna fucking happen, right?
Oh, what's that?
Listen.
Oh, it was Jerry Maguire, the movie Jerry Maguire, when they're like, "You're not gonna make fucking Cuba Gooding Jr.'s characters like, you're not gonna make me cry. You're not gonna make me cry. Every fucking body cries on this show." And then at the end of the movie, he's fucking bawling his eyes out on the show. Yeah. Zach, we should be that for Chris Eaton and just have Chris bawling his eyes out.
No,
I'm trying, man. I've been trying to break the fucking walls down since I met him. He's a fucking stone. There's just nothing to be done.
That's a fictional movie, okay?
Heartless bastard.
Oh, fucking people, man.
Jesus Christ.
Zach,
so Chris, give me a little background. Say what? We can go ahead and cover this now. I already know where you're going.
Yeah, just go ahead.
I can just deal with this up front. So the black eye, in all seriousness, so everybody that I've told this story to so far just looks at me like I'm a fucking idiot. Rightfully so, because I kind of am. So often, more often than I'd like to talk about, I get fucking hammered. Occasionally it comes up, hey, anyway, I was dared to punch myself in the face. I punched myself in the face 3 different times. I was hammered fucking drunk. The first 2 times, everything was cool. The third time, I panicked a little bit because it's that moment where you can just immediately see your own face in your eye. And it's like, fuck, I'm gonna have to talk about this later. I got a fucking podcast. I got 2 podcasts a week I got to do. So yeah, I punched myself in the face. It was pretty funny at the time, and it's less funny now that I've been having to talk about it all fucking week, especially when I thought I was going to be having a bunch of fucking job interviews to go to. So I start back at the bar tomorrow, so it's going to be real entertaining for my customers.
This is why you have no friends, dude. I mean, it's because you do stupid
100%.
And it's like, I know for a fact that Miri punched you in the fucking eye, and.
She's in the comment section, so she can talk all about that. We literally had that conversation.
The only thing I don't know is if she punched you or kicked you in the fucking eye. But I know that she's responsible for that black eye.
Well, indirectly she is, because I was hanging out with her friends, and it was her friends that ended up with me on the conversation of punching myself in the face. I've hit myself in the head with chairs at parties. Like I'm a fucking lunatic.
I remember when I had my first beer.
Yeah, right.
Yeah.
Seriously.
Yeah.
I mean, you're as big of a fucking idiot as I am. You're just like what goes through your head? Is it like fucking? I'm gonna be the cool
guy.
Not a lot. And punch myself in the fucking eye.
I mean, I had a buddy of mine. He and I used to just trade blows. Just fucking. Wow, that sounds fucking terrible. You guys clip that audio out and use that as much as you want. That'd be great for my brand. No, we just fucking hit each other. I don't know. It's just a thing. It's a stupid thing. It's a drunk thing. I don't know.
I don't know why. My friend. I mean, just
to be fair, I've never told any of you people that love this podcast, and I don't know why. I've never told anyone anything different. I'm a big dumb animal. I mean, come on.
This is why. This is why Warren Booth called you a fucking ball bag, because you are an actual ball bag. And not for none, that's the dumbest reason that I've ever heard in my life. I mean, you may as well make up a better story than that.
That's the thing. That's my point. The people that don't believe me when I say I punch myself in the face, I'm like, do you really think that that's the story I want to give you? Like, you don't think that I didn't think up 100 different better scenarios, that I was defending someone's honor, or I was like saving a child, or fucking some kind of much more interesting or just valid reason to end up with a black eye. Like, oh yeah, I was playing catch and I get hit in the face with a baseball or some kind of dumb shit. No,
you were fucking around with Bill Cosby.
Maybe old Bill got a hold of me for a second. I got away. And that's my story. I'm sticking to it.
Mm.
So yeah,
all right, guys, I gotta go. I'll talk to you later on. Right?
Fuck out of here, you bullshit. What I was going to ask you about before we went down the fucking rabbit hole on my stupidity. Give me a little bit of background on how exactly did Snakes and the Fatman start in terms of the podcast? Like, what was the idea behind that, and the motivation, and just kind of, again, just I don't know how it kind of got off the ground. So
I've told this a bunch of times on my show. Sean Bradley was doing bullshit, and he was having some really high-end people on, and just interrupting the fuck out of him to tell a story about himself, right? And so it was always like 2 hours of the Sean show. So I was like, if I want to hear what Will Banks has to say, or what fucking Bob Clark has to say, or what, some of these other people have to say, I'm going to just have to do this myself. And that's how I started the podcast. And luckily, we had just spent an ass ton of money with Ralph Davis. So I was like, if you want the rest of this money, you're going to have to do my podcast. And he was like, all right, cool. So I had him on first. And then it was, I remember I had been friends with Will Banks for a couple of years prior to that. And I was hanging out with Will Banks at Tinley one year. And I was like, listen, I'm starting this podcast. I really like you to be on. And Will Banks was like, oh, cool, I'll be your first guest. And I was like, no, you won't. I go, and he goes, second? And I go, no. And he's like, third? And I'm like, try again. And he's like, fourth? And I'm like, yeah.
Maybe. We'll see.
So he's like,
maybe I can
put Ralph on and fucking Ozzy before me. And I'm like, yep. And but Will Banks, so he got me back. And the first time he came on, he was high as fuck. Right. And I was just like, Jesus Christ, dude, fucking, this is really making me look good. But yeah, that's how it started.
And those episodes are great. I mean, I hear a lot of people often that are just kind of coming across your stuff. And I try to encourage as many people as I can, man, to go back and listen to all your old stuff. It's so entertaining. It's so super raw. And I think it's important because it like you've been doing it for long enough now where there's literally like a history to your show. Like a lot of people that I've talked to, they don't even know like the origins of the goofy jingle that you have.
Right.
And that's because I laugh so much every single time that I hear it because I know where it came from and like how it started, and that's it's all just a giant joke at this point. So I have an appreciation for that. That's why I tell people, go watch the old stuff if you haven't. There's so many gems of just the hilarity of it all is just great. So.
Well, and also I was a lot more meaner back then.
Oh, for sure.
Dudes, like fucking dudes called me out about it recently and was like, oh, he got soft. And I was like, fucking choke on my fucking nuts, you fucking dickhead. So I'm going to go on the podcast and fucking rip on this guy now. So fuck these people. The thing you got to realize about reptile people, and this is all of them, they're fucking assholes. They're cunts that think that they're funny, but they're not funny. Okay, so and a lot of these guys have their own shows. Okay, and they think they're funny, and they'll do a live with like 5 people watching. I want to see how many people are watching this, just in case I'm insulting these people. Oh, there you go. Zach is muted now.
Zach likes to talk muted.
That's my fault. Here's the thing. I drink so much, I burp a lot. I try to, mute myself when I'm doing that because it's disgusting. So, I'm just an animal. Okay.
How many people are watching this now?
Right now, there's 11.
11 whole people. Okay, great.
We're crushing it.
If you have 5 people watching your live and you think you're famous, you're really just getting in the way. You're really just wasting everybody's time. So just stop doing it. These lives are just, I mean, not you guys. You guys are fantastic, of course, but fucking overall, wait, Jamie's making a comment here. Yeah, Jamie's asking a question. I love Jamie. Okay, right.
Jamie's great.
Chris, if you had to narrow it down to one thing only, what's your biggest pet peeve of snake people? Then let's see your positive side, best part of this hobby.
Man, there's so many negative shit about snake people. The dudes that got to get permission from their wives before they can pull the trigger on the sale, but
that doesn't exist. Actually, that's just a bullshit way of somebody saying that I don't have the money to buy this.
Of course, but it's still like a fucking waste of time. Low end motherfuckers, like fucking. When I see people posting their, oh man, this is gonna piss off a lot of people that I actually know, but they're posting like their first clutch of fucking like pastels or yellow bellies, and they're fucking like, oh, it's a yellow belly, and I'm like, who the fuck? Like, you filmed a video to show this yellow belly off or this pastel off? Like, are you out of your fucking mind, man? That's one of my pet peeves. And positive, all my sponsors. Fucking Justin is awesome. Fucking JT, incredible. Chris over at Sea Serpents, great. Fucking Blake Stewart. Fucking Zach is fucking wearing his shirt right now. Who else? Who else am I? Herps. Fucking Sean Gray, best fucking guy.
Sean's awesome.
Yeah. So those are the positive people. I tend to like the more successful people as opposed to the dickhead breeders that are like, oh, I'm gonna make $1 million and I'm gonna get this snake and I'm gonna get this. And you're like, dude, you can't even afford your rent. Okay, so you're not gonna buy a fucking stranger clown, you dumbass. So like, stop saying it. So, and filthy backgrounds. Like, if I gotta look at your cum covered fucking stained couch, like that's not cool, man. Fucking go. I mean, just do better. People could do so. Like, I want everyone to do so much better, but they just don't.
Yeah, no, you're not wrong. We could literally talk about that for fucking days, but I love what you said about the people that you gravitate towards, man. And those are the people that honestly deserve the attention. Again, like guys like Sean, guys like JT. I mean, literally everybody you named, they have worked their fucking ass off.
Yeah.
And they bring more to this hobby than most of us could ever fucking even begin to hope to do. I mean, I saw JT at Schaumburg, man, and he's got another little side project that I can't go into that he's working on, and just the stuff that you already know I'm talking about. The stuff that he's doing, man, is it's so selfless, and he's just a fucking gem. Yeah. All those guys. Chris works his fucking face off. I mean, he absolutely does. That guy's at every fucking show.
And the amount that Chris does at the U.S. ARC auctions, man,
oh my God,
it's insane.
Yep. He's he won the stick for a couple of years in a row until fucking Mr. Vu came out and just started winning that fucking stick every year, But I like people like Bob. I like people like Miguel. I even like people like fucking Barchek. Because Barchek is, whether you like him or hate him or disagree with all the shit that he does, if you ask a 9-year-old kid that's looking at a fucking bearded dragon in Petco, if they heard of Barchek, they're going to tell you yes. So they're doing something for it. Now, when Barchek does stupid shit like fucking brings his alligator into PetSmart, I'm like, dickhead. Like fucking that's like the Florida guys. That the first time somebody gets killed by a cobra, they're literally going to take every venomous license away from every person in fucking Florida. They just don't realize that, they're doing all this shit for views. And when Barchek would walk the alligator into the Petco, I was like, that's a little bit fucked up, So I wouldn't necessarily do that. But hey, the guy got 3 million fucking subscribers. So what the fuck do I know?
Well, another channel that stands out to me for positivity is Emily with Snake Discovery. Like, I think that what they're doing, the Snake Discovery channel is great. Like, it's great for, like you said, kids that are, getting interested in reptiles, and great information. Like, I have nothing but the best respect for Emily and them at Snake Discovery.
Yeah. No, there's certain people that really genuinely keep it positive. And you could usually tell the cunts from those people, because then there's people that try to keep it positive, but you could tell like this dude doesn't believe that, like it's just like this guy's a fucking asshole. I can't believe he has 1,000 views per video or whatever, 1,500 views, and he's just a fucking cunt. Whereas people like Emily and people like who's that other one that I saw the other? She was at Schomburg. She was like a young girl.
Catalia?
Catalia, yeah. She was pretty positive too. You know, she was like things made her happy. You could see that shit really made her happy, you know. So that was interesting to watch.
That's another Texas person though.
Oh, is it? I didn't even know she was from Texas.
She's from Abilene, Texas.
Oh, all right. Was that where Buddy Holly was from?
Yeah, somewhere in that area.
Yeah, I think so. Yeah, I remember the Gary Busey documentary, or the Gary when Gary Busey played him.
Yeah,
Gary Busey, that guy really went off the rails.
That's where the whole Waylon Jennings thing. You know, he gave up his seat and all that stuff. Right.
Yeah, Waylon Jennings. We did some shows with Shooter Jennings, who is Waylon's kid, and you know, it's so funny. Like fucking I mean, that dude had to work his ass off. Didn't matter who his fucking father was, and his father was a fucking legend. You know, so yeah, it's pretty funny. He did a show with my old partner where it was Slash and Duff McKagan jamming at the Knitting Factory in Hollywood. And Shooter came down to play with him, and everybody thought that it was going to be a Guns N' Roses reunion. And this was in like 2009 or whatever. And so people were fucking lined up around the block. And then when they found out that it was Shooter Jennings, they kind of they're like, all right, we'll still see it, but you know, we're mainly going for Slash and Duff, you know.
Yeah,
and you're right, you know, because like when you think of like really standout people in music history, like Waylon Jennings is one of them. In my book, like Waylon Jennings is fucking huge in my book.
Yeah,
I mean, just from the different stuff that he did, you know.
No, hell yeah. I mean, nobody can take anything away from that guy. I don't give a fuck like what music you're into, what fucking genre or any of that shit. Like that guy was a fucking legend. So absolutely. Chris, are you we're gonna fucking really piss you off, or I am specifically, and that's a little bit on purpose. You've still got some ball pythons and things that you're working with over there at the house, yeah?
Yeah.
What projects are you working with? I'm assuming there's probably some clown stuff. You know, some of the higher end shit. Obviously, I know that you're.
I'm just.
On, which for good reason.
I got a clutch today. It was a 5 egg clutch. It was a 6 egg clutch, but fucking apparently I sucked it and 1 egg died. And fucking so I got it was pastel spot nose clown to a pastel clown. So everything was gonna be clown. But with my luck, I'm gonna hatch out 5 fucking male clowns, and they're gonna go for $300 a piece. Can't wait for that. Can't wait for that to pay my fucking bill, right? And then I got another clutch from that same male to a banana clown. So I'll get some pastel banana clowns and pastel banana spot nose clowns. But I don't give 2 fucks. But like I'm gonna keep the best one that I have, and I'm gonna wholesale off everything else. It's gonna be like a fire fucking sale. And luckily, because of the show, most of the snakes are accounted for already. Who just want to buy it because they're like, oh, I want to say I bought it from Chris, which blows my fucking mind because they weren't saying this when we had eyeballs. They're like, fuck them eyeball people, you know. But
you've done the opposite now. Your marketing is now that you hate the industry so bad that people are like, I want to be able to say that I bought one because he's not going to produce that fucking many, so they're like rare. They're rare, and it's like a badge of honor. I bought a snake from fucking Chris Eaton, and he hates me for it. And it's a great thing.
Exactly. and we me, Donato, and Danny kind of swap males, you know, and then we just split the profit for from each one.
That's a great way to do things, though, man. Because it puts you guys in a position. Obviously, all you guys have known each other for fucking years. You can trust each other. There's no concerns there in terms of all the backstabbing bullshit that goes on with fucking breeding loans. So no, I think that's the greatest position you can be in, is to have some other people that you're working with in this hobby.
Well, it's funny because we're gonna have some Batman Batman or Batmans. Is that the way you say it? Or Bat people, whatever.
Yeah. Whatever the acceptable term is.
And Batman still go for like $2 or $3 grand a snake, right?
Yeah.
And I don't give a shit. I'm just like, here, you guys sell it, keep the fucking money. I don't want any part of it. I don't want anything that's going to add more snakes into these racks. I want to just have 3 snakes here, and I'd love to get rid of those too and get some frogs and frilled dragons and something more fun. Maybe even a dog. But I can't stand the snake shit anymore. I'm just like, what the fuck? You know, like when I had the eggs, I was so pissed. Like I put on my Patreon, I was like, I don't want fucking 6 more fucking snakes in my house, and now I got 12. So I'm like, ugh. This is the worst.
Yeah, it's like if somebody gives you an animal for your birthday, like, thanks, you didn't give me a gift, you gave me a fucking daily chore.
Yeah, awesome. You gave me a job.
I really appreciate you for that.
Yeah, it's not even going that way, man. It's just so like at Conroe, they were bringing animals over to me, and I was like, what are you doing? Like, fucking, why are you putting this snake on my table? Like, what do you think? I'm Cusco? I'm going to have my fucking cell phone and I'm going to be fucking looking at, like, get the fuck out of here. I was like, get that thing away from me. But like, they brought over like a lemur. And I was like, dude, get that thing away from me. That's a wild animal, man. Like, fucking, get that shit away from me.
I like my eyes where they're at. I don't want to get shit on
you want to take pictures with this little tiny, almost person. I'm like, that thing is gonna fucking shit in its hand and throw it at you. Fucking, but like, I'm not taking pictures with that. I ended up taking a picture with a that South American raccoon. Coatamundi,
yeah,
right?
It was a Coatamundi, yeah.
And the only reason I did it was because the chick that had it was really hot, and I didn't want to be like
Maria.
I didn't want to be a dick and be like, get that thing away from me. I was like, sure, let me play with that thing.
I'll pretend to be a nice guy for 5 seconds. That's understandable. I get it.
By the way, you would look great in a shirt, and shit like that. So it's just ABC, man, always be selling, right?
Yeah, man. Hey, you gotta do what you gotta do. Grease the wheels.
Oh my God! Look! I love this comment. What a grump!
Yeah, no, I saw it, and honestly, it made me so happy when I saw it because I'm like, I don't know if they know you or know anything about your content, but I wanted to be like, yeah, that's why we like him.
Yeah. He's an asshole.
He's the angry, grumpy guy that the hobby needs. It's like Krampus. Like, there's got to be the super happy, positive guy. Like you were the anti Brian Cusco, I think is what it is.
Yeah.
We need both. We got to have both.
And it's so funny because Brian and I get along really well, right?
Of course.
Just like you and I get along really well, and you're like this positive cunt that's just like, shut up, man. Like Zach should be always walking around like was that thing in Dogma, Buddy Christ. Like Zach always he could be doing that. He's like always happy. He's always. I'm like, dude, you can't always be happy, man.
Somebody actually walked up to me at the Schaumburg show, and I can't remember who it was. I apologize if you're watching this or if you see it later. But they were like, man, I just really appreciate like your energy. You remind me of a Cusco, and I was like, I'm gonna cry. Like that was like the greatest compliment I ever got, and I swear to fucking God, I immediately thought of you. I was like, I wish Chris Eaton was here to hear this fucking comment, so he could just throw up all over the floor.
Yeah, Zach is Cusco. Like he's the fucking Diet Coke of Cusco. All right, like fucking.
It's more like the Diet Sam's Choice. It's like the off brand to the off brand.
Yeah, right, exactly.
Yeah. It's like Diet Mountain Dew. Like fucking work.
I told them the same thing. I'm like, I appreciate the compliment. I'm like, I don't think you understand Cusco, like the depth at which his kindness goes. I don't have that, not even a little bit. I got way too much capability of being an asshole. Cusco's genuinely nice.
Yeah, Cusco's probably like one of the nicest people that I've ever met, like in my life.
You can't help but be nice.
Yeah, that dude's real, man. Like fucking.
Yeah.
And I'm just like, but there's days when Cusco got to wake up and be like, oh, fuck my life. Yeah, you know, like this is the worst. You know, I mean, he has 3 kids, right? So there has to be at least one day a week where he's like, these fucking leeches that are fucking dependent on me for everything. You know, like fucking imagine. Like, do you have kids, Bradley, or no?
Yeah, I do. I have one. I have a 13-year-old daughter.
Oh, gross. She's only like 2 years away from telling you how much she hates you. So
you really need to have a conversation with my daughter. She'd set your ass straight real quick.
I got a feeling that Bradley was going to be like, she tells me that she hates me already. You know, so it's all good.
No, she only hates 90% of the world.
Yeah. Well, that's the funny thing, man. It's like my niece had a Sweet 16 during COVID, so they were gonna throw her like this big $50,000 party, right? So instead, she got a drive-by party, right? And during COVID, I was so like, get the fuck away from me, that I drove up to the house, and I never give her a card. I just give her cash all the time, right? So fucking, she came up to the car, and I was like, stay back. And I'm like, and I just threw $1,000 at her like she was a hooker, right? And the fucking the money was just like in the wind and all that. And then I just sped off, right? And as I went around the corner, some other dude was having a drive-by party, right? And I saw like a bunch of signs that was like, honk and say happy birthday to Billy. And then I drove down a little bit further, and it was like, if you want to say hi to Billy, honk. And then I drive a little bit further, and there's this sad-looking kid with 2 signs on him saying honk if you want to say happy birthday to Billy. And I knew that was Billy, right? And I didn't fucking honk. Fuck Billy. You know, I just fucking drove by. Fucking Billy.
You drove by and you stared at him.
Billy learned a very valuable lesson that day, and that's that nobody gives a fuck if it's your birthday or not.
You're not fucking important.
So fucking cry in the street, you little fucking jerk off. So just be a man, all right? I know the kids
to the world.
Years old, and I'm just like, welcome to the real world, you fuck. So
those are valuable lessons for kids to learn, though. I mean, you gotta realize sooner than later that the world don't give a fuck about you.
Yeah, exactly. Fucking, and I'm not a children fan either. You know, like fucking. I remember when I used to smoke, I used to have my cigarette down by my side, and I was at a communion, and some kid ran into my cigarette, burned his face, right? Dude, I laughed so fucking hard. Like, you would think that would stop me from smoking, right? Dude, I almost had a heart attack. I was laughing so hard. I fucking fell on the floor fucking laughing. And this kid probably still got a fucking scar on his face, and that was 15 years ago. And that kid learned a lesson that day. Fucking look where you're going.
Say you learned a valuable lesson.
Fuck these people, you idiots. Well,
so how often do you go out just to find kids and kick the shit out of them?
Oh, I hate kids. No.
Daily hobby, weekly hobby?
No. What I do is I have 12 kids that I could like at any given time. Okay, so I'm a lot like Jesus in that fact, right? Like fucking, so I could only like 12. But if I choose to like a new kid, I have to replace one of the 12 because I'm not liking 13. That's just too much, you know, because 12 I never have to see all at once. But if I do, I think I could handle 12. But anything above that is yeah, you know, I tell my niece and nephew all the time, I'm like, you are going to get kicked out of my 12 and I'm going to replace you with Donato's daughter or Danny's daughter, you know, because you just fucking suck, man.
And does she know those kids? Because that makes the threat way more harsh.
Yeah. No, they absolutely do. Yeah, everybody that I know knows each other, and they all hate me, right? So
that's the best.
Like, I'm the common thread that everybody, you know, has in common that they hate. So
I also love that you're setting those children all up to be in competition with one another. Like, it's gonna start out with like, oh, like Uncle Chris is gonna give me $1,000 for my birthday, but if I act like an asshole, he's gonna give it to this other bitch.
Yep.
So like, you've already set them up for that, and they're gonna carry that for the rest of their lives. Realistically, they'll probably be more successful for it. They might carry some trauma and some other issues, but let's not talk about that. They're going to be so much more successful.
No, it's kind of like a Hunger Games mentality. Yeah. When these kids turn like 17, I want them to kill each other, and then we'll only have half the children. So that's even better right there. So either way, it's a win-win, you know?
I swear to God, when I have kids, I'm gonna just fucking drop them off with fucking Chris for a week just to teach them about the world. You know, like I'm not gonna be able to be that mean to them, so I'll just set them up for success in that way.
Nah, kids are just the worst, man. I'll tell you what, I'll change my mind about kids when a fucking 7-year-old asks me how my day is going. All right, so fuck you, you dickhead. It's always me with these fucking kids. Look, Zach just spit on his keyboard. So.
Yeah, Zach just blew it. He's out of there. Gone. You fucked Zach's whole world up with talking about 7-year-olds asking you how your day was.
Holy shit.
He couldn't handle it anymore. It just overload for Zach.
That's pretty fucking funny, man.
It is, because one of the comments was, "You may not get him back, Zach," and then boom, Zach's gone.
Holy shit. All right,
That's
well,
hilarious.
All right. Well, I guess we could talk about some shit that you want to talk about.
I don't even. You were Zach's guest. I didn't even give a fuck that you came on here.
Oh, that's okay. That's cool. That's actually cool because I canceled on you last week. Right, so.
Yeah, we had another person cancel on us, but we won't talk about that.
Yeah. Who canceled on you? You want to talk some shit?
No, I can't talk any shit. He's a good guy. He had good reasons.
All right.
But we I don't know. I really don't know if we're gonna get Zach back. So we'll go ahead and do our segments without Zach, because that's my favorite part of the podcast every week is our band or musician of the week that people should listen to. So who should people listen to?
I'm gonna just sound fucking old here. Black Crowes are back together, but without the rest of the real band. There was a bunch of hired guns. So they're touring this summer. That's gonna be fun. Tom Kiefer. People should fucking listen to Tom Kiefer. Tom Kiefer is fucking great.
Cinderella was always great.
Yeah. Well, Tom Kiefer on tour does a lot of Cinderella songs now. Also, Buck Cherry. If you get a chance to, listen to Buck Cherry, if you get a chance to go see Guns, obviously go see Guns. But yeah, I haven't really listened to anything past 1997, really 96, because after that it's just like the music today. I can't even stand. You don't even need you don't have to play anything.
Right.
So it's like it's just so fucking stupid.
So I think with your mentality about not listening to anything past 1996, that you're gonna approve of my musician of the week that I think everybody should go check out, and it's Robin Trower.
Oh, yeah.
If you guys don't know who Robin Trower is, go listen to the song "Bridge of Sighs." It's just badass. And I will go as far as to say my first experience with Robin Trower was from the movie Rush, which is a badass movie. And that's gonna be my movie of the week is Rush, and it ties into Robin Trower. So go check that out. And Chris, your movie or TV show of the week, what you got?
I didn't know there was homework to be done here.
Not homework. It's just what should people watch.
TV show of the week. Loki is crushing it right now on Disney Plus. The Bad Batch for animated stuff is fucking crushing it. There's a couple of new movies. I want to see the movie with that Better Call Saul guy where he's like an action hero now. And he's
I haven't heard of that. I love Better Call Saul. I didn't know that guy was.
Yeah, he's doing he did a John Wick movie, like a similar to John Wick movie, and I do want to check that out, but I don't remember the name, so I can't really help you there.
Yeah, I'm gonna have to Google that and check it out, because I love that show's badass. So to think of that guy in like a John Wick style role is just right. It's called Nobody. Royal Black Balls.
Right.
Nobody. He says it's dope.
Royal Black Balls fucking showed up on the Zoom call. Pretty fucking cool for the first time the other night. We had 3 black guys and 2 Puerto Ricans on. We fucking bring diversity like nobody else in this business, okay? So fucking I challenge any other Zoom call to have 3 black guys on and 2 Puerto Ricans on the same fucking call, and I bet you won't even see that done.
I like that, man. I definitely think that we need more diversity, you know, like I think that we get kind of caught up in bullshit, and you know, everybody knows who Antoine is, you know, and like, but there's so many other people out there, and a lot of people on Instagram, and you know, I communicate with a lot of people, and I think that no matter what it is, whether, you know, it's people of all different sizes, shapes, types, whatever, you know, I think it's, and you get plenty of women, and I don't think women get as much recognition as, and we're actually having our first female guest next week on Connected by Creatures.
Oh, who you having?
Marita.
Oh yeah, Marita's fucking great. Marita's awesome. So yeah, you got to bring the women in, and fucking we got so much shit for the all hot chick episode because people are like, oh, you're just doing it for likes and YouTube shit, and I never heard of these fucking women, and fucking I mean, fuck these people. Like fucking everybody on the all hot chick episode fucking stepped up, and they all know their shit probably better than most guys do, you know. So
and that's my point, you know, like there's a lot of people out there that are just not necessarily social media people. Like, you know, I just recently started doing social media side of this reptile shit in the last year, but I've kept reptiles for over 20 years, you know, and like there's people that I know personally that have shitloads of knowledge and, you know, could go toe to toe with anybody, and nobody has a clue who they are, you know, and like I love the fact that, you know, at any given time, you can find somebody that nobody knows about and bring them up, and you know they can school people up. Like I love that shit.
But like, look at fucking Miri. Like, who would have thought Miri had like a fucking 1,000 snakes, and she was, you know, more than this the fucking hot fucking looking biker chick, you know, like fucking, and Miri's, you know, coming out now, kind of pushing everything. I like Miri more than I like fucking Zach. I'll be honest with you. Fucking Miri's so much better to look at, and she knows more than Zach. So fucking, I'll take Miri any day over fucking Zach simply because she knows so much. But I think that women are coming out now in force, and I think a couple of the other like Bob Vu just said on my show this week that when he came in there was like 0 Asian guys doing this, and now, you know, now I know quite a few Asian guys good doing it. I mean, I'm not going to say I know 20, but fucking I know 3 or 4.
Right. And, you know, like when we had Ryan and Erica McVeigh on a couple weeks ago, like they were talking about that, like, you know, empowering women in this hobby, because they're like, and the best example that, you know, I could think of was I've literally seen people walk past Tracy Barker to talk to Dave Barker, you know, and dude, Tracy Barker, like that's a pinnacle that right there.
Yeah. Listen, send the link back to Zach. He's fucking.
Yeah, I just sent it to him. He's back.
Fucking putz, right?
Yeah, that was a fucking almost $4,000 laptop. I'm pretty sure I just fucking destroyed. Anyways. We'll talk about that later. Whatever. Fucking deal with that shit later.
Yeah, so we went ahead and did music and movie of the week without you.
That's fine. I'm fucking over it.
And so we're talking about women in the hobby and people that are kind of underground that nobody knows of. And you know, one of my examples now that you're back is Jeremy Bearfield. Like,
yes,
Cure
Jeremy's great. Yeah, I heard Chris bring up Miri, and he said that he likes her better than me. I get it. I accept that. I forgive you. Not that you're asking for it, but I forgive you.
I can't be the first dude that told you that, though. You know, I mean, it's like
no.
I mean, it's so obvious that you're just using Miri with this Zach and Miri make a podcast shit. like
Oh,
obviously your guys' numbers were down. So Bradley, like he was just like, maybe if I get a new Bradley, a Bradley 2.0, maybe I'll get my numbers up a little bit. So
no,
I get it.
it's not.
And Miri knows it too. Like we've had discussions about this, right?
Oh, really?
So,
Okay, I'll have to ask her.
Blatantly obvious.
Yeah, blatantly. Yeah. So, and you know, even fucking Jamie said that, you know, Miri's a fucking rock star. Miri is, and Miri wasn't really that comfortable on camera for a while, you know, and now she's getting more comfortable. I think it's great when she fucking tears you a new asshole on camera. Like, that's so funny. But like, that's what really the podcast should really be about.
No,
is
I'm
Miri
honestly,
just ripping you.
yeah, no, I'm good with that. I'm honestly glad to see her step out of her shell, man. Because honestly, the thing is that people that haven't seen her at shows, they have no idea. She's a fucking ball of fire, like constantly. She fucking she tears people up left and right. So no, she's always that way, and she just hasn't been that way on camera. So no, I'm super excited for her, and I obviously, you know me, I'm gonna always turn it positive. But she's good people, and she's smarter than like 90% of the people that I know in the hobby. She knows a lot about a lot of fucking things, man. She's gonna go far, and she's gonna surpass me and kick me off the fucking show and change the name before too long. So.
I can't wait till that day happens. Like, that's gonna be so fucking funny.
Hey man, me either. I'll be proud of her. It'll be good.
Wait, hold on 1 second.
You're good, brother.
Hello.
See, this fucking guy. This is our first guest ever just straight up take a phone call in the middle of our
I'll be right out, brother, okay? All right, I got a delivery. Throw me in the waiting room.
All right, we got you, brother.
I'll be right back, all right?
All right, buddy. All right.
Now I feel fucking bad. It's like,
don't fucking feel bad. This is the greatest thing ever. See.
All right, so now that he's gone, fuck that guy. Like.
Right, dude. We literally couldn't have scripted that. We couldn't have scripted that. But that's the most Chris Eaton. That's the most Chris Eaton fucking snakes in the Fatman fucking thing I've ever seen in my life.
Yeah, I don't know if you heard while you were gone. I told him, I was like, I really don't give a fuck that you can't. You're Zach's guest. Like, this isn't my shit.
Fuck out of here with your bullshit. Holy hell, dude. Fucking A. I'm so pissed. All I can think about is my fucking computer that's sitting on the floor just covered in fucking water. I mean, there's a full glass of water just dumped straight over the fucking keyboard.
I thought you had spit whatever you were drinking because you were laughing at Chris.
Well, that was the thing. That's why I grabbed that cup and I forgot there was a full fucking glass of water, and I fucking went to grab it to literally like fucking spit into, because I was laughing so fucking hard. And it fucking just knocked and went everywhere. My whole desk is still covered in water right now. It's a fucking mess. It's probably just cost me $4,000, but whatever.
That's hilarious.
Yeah, you know, this is my life, man. I punch myself in the face when I get drunk, and I dump water on over fucking expensive laptops. It's what I do, you know.
So I remember the times as a young ruffian that I thought that breaking bottles over my head was cool. But I never punched myself in the face.
You know, sometimes you just do what feels right, you know. Mr. Eaton is back.
Yeah, no, I had to get a drug delivery. So.
Oh, it's a beautiful thing.
No, I work for an animal pharmaceutical company, so I had to get some drugs for a friend of mine's dog. So, but we do same day delivery, so they came and delivered it now. But you know, it goes up until 11 o'clock. So.
That's actually pretty fucking cool.
Yeah,
11 o'clock's a late ass delivery.
Yeah. Well, we're more of like high end Manhattan drug people, and we do same day delivery. So you know, people spend $600 on some cancer pills for their cat in Manhattan to get it same day. You know, so that's why we offer stuff like that. So
you guys are the Amazon of animal drugs.
No, we everything's custom compounded, so we don't just do right. Like we don't pour pills out of a bottle into another bottle and then deliver them to somebody. We actually compound the pills and the drugs and the microtabs and all that. So
that's amazing.
Yeah, no, it's a fun job, man.
Yeah, that's a awesome service. Like, you know, I'm from Arkansas. You ain't gonna get a damn thing like that around here.
Even our biggest competition. You know, if they're going to compound, they'll deliver shit in 7 days. And, with these psycho dog people, if they got to watch their dog suffer for 7 days, they're not going to do it, So, so anybody who needs, meds for their snakes or reptiles or anything, just let me know. So
that's killer.
Yeah.
Well, and you don't talk a lot about that side of your life, which is understandable. I mean, a lot of us, we try to keep our personal shit separate or whatever. But I mean, I've known for a minute that that's the industry that you were involved in. But even I didn't know, the specifics of that. Do you want to talk about any of that, or is that kind of a little bit off limits?
Oh yeah. No, I don't mind talking about it because it's Danny's company.
Yeah.
So basically what happened was I came back from California. Met Danny, and Danny and I just became friends rather quickly. And Danny would hire me to do graphic work for him, and marketing and web design work. And then finally, Danny was just like, "Dude, just come full time because I'm using you so much. You may as well." So now, basically, I'm on the team that does all of his marketing and sales. So
okay. Now, do you guys pretty much specifically operate there local? I'm assuming not, based on what you just said about if anybody needs anything. I mean, what's y'all's area of
well, we're licensed in like 22 states, and and we just opened up a new facility in Virginia, and that's where I was after Texas. Okay. So we had to go down to Virginia and shoot video and shoot all these commercial shoots and all that. So it was fun, but it's I had a fucking $90 hamburger. That was kind of cool, right? I'm like, hey, we stayed in like these fucking fancy places. So it was they're definitely a cool trip. So, and I get to go to all these drug conferences around the country too. So it's fun. It keeps you traveling, and then you get to do all this cool graphic and production work. So.
Yeah, because I don't think a lot of people realize that that's obviously the stuff that you do. Like, I've always been, from the time I saw your first YouTube video, you do these pretty intricate intros and a lot of with moving graphics and things like that. And obviously you even made a graphic even just for the show this week, which I can't tell you how much I appreciated. I mean, I made just a quick thumbnail and you kind of took it and ran with it. But that, and I love that stuff. I'm a big fan of any of the design things that people are capable of doing. So,
speaking of that, I got compliments about your Snakes and the Fat Man, picture of me with the train and all that. I got compliments from that. So just so they're like, you're definitely up in your game. So I was like, yeah, I'm proud of that.
I appreciate that, but I told a couple people that did see it ahead of time. I was like, he made it easy because all I did was just steal some shit you already made and I just layered a picture of you over it. I literally it was super simple. So anybody that has any compliments to pay about that shit, it's nothing to do with me. It was a couple little clicks on Photoshop on my end, but I was glad with the way it came together. And again, you made it easy because a lot of people don't. I get frustrated with that sometimes. With people, I'm like, can you just send me a fucking picture of yourself where you're actually fucking in a normal position that's not fuzzy?
I wish you guys could be part of the conversations that Zach and I have about the thumbnails. Like Zach flips the fuck out about the thumbnail.
Yep, it's a problem. So if I ever ask you to be a guest, if you're listening out there and you see this later, like please, for the love of God, have some decent pictures of yourself out there that I can actually use, because there's some people that make it hard.
I run into the same problem when I do the graphics for on the 1st and the 15th, and I'm like, this dude fucking only has pictures that are like 700 by 300, and you're like, what the fuck? Like the worst phones these days take high res pictures. Like how and you always know those people where you go on their Facebook and you stalk them, and the pictures are like this fucking big, and you're like, what are we in 2011? Like fucking come on.
You took this with a flip phone in 2005, and you use it for MySpace, and then
it was a BlackBerry.
Yeah, exactly right. Yeah. You've been saving it and uploading it over and over again, and the quality just continues to degrade, and you refuse to take more pictures of yourself. I get it.
Yeah, no. That's why I love having people on like Brittany and Layman, but like, and even Blake. You're not getting a fucking low res picture from Blake.
No.
So.
Blake will just be like, I'll just do the thumbnail for you. I'll just make it.
Yeah.
It'll be fine.
Because I got this. Yeah.
Yeah, it'll take him 3 seconds to put together something that would take me 3 fucking hours. So yeah,
no, that's
good.
just how it goes, man. Yeah.
No, for sure, that's a hell of a skill, and and it's underappreciated, and certainly underappreciated in the social media side of things, and it goes back to what you were saying about people doing their lives from their fucking couch in their living room and the whole thing. Like, people need to be a little bit more mindful about their branding, because it is the way that you look on camera. I mean, hell, I can't talk right now. I'm just fucking shooting against a wall and.
Well, the thing is that like it used to be where you could say to like some up and coming guy, like just get it out there on fucking YouTube, just fucking get it out, even if you just do it on your phone, just get it out.
Yeah.
But now, like like in a world where you have Cusco videos and Miguel videos and shit like that, like. Why would I watch your shitty sounding fucking thing in 720 fucking DPI when I could watch Cusco's 4K fucking, video that's actually way more interesting,
Yeah.
So, and it's the same with these people doing the lives, like fucking where people are doing it from their bedroom and fucking, doing it from your bedroom is fine if you have some kind of table or something. And you're not actually sitting in your bed holding up the fucking camera.
Well, and that's what I say. Don't sit on your couch and like eat dinner while you're talking to your guests or whatever.
It's insane, man. It's fucking insane. So that's like, and I don't need to call people like that out. I just do it because I'm an asshole. Yeah, and fucking I do think if I get a laugh out of it, I'll fucking do it. But come on, everybody. Like I want people to do so much better than they do. And that's what people don't understand. Like it comes off as me being douchey, but I know you could do better than this. Like Zach, I know you could do better. Like, why is there a fucking snake hook just leaning up against the fucking wall in your back?
Well, for the record, I had my nice little setup going before I fried my fucking laptop 10 minutes ago. So
oh my god. Fucking look at this.
Let me see if I can make this look a little better. All right, hang on, give me 2 seconds. All right, so I got this. Let me turn my little light on behind me.
There you go. All right, fucking.
Say we're already doing better. We're already doing
Get
better.
some LEDs in there.
Yeah. My camera's a little wonky and it's a little too close to me, but that's okay. See, a little bit of effort. Just a little bit of effort.
It's all good, man. I just definitely want. What's your name? Says. Jamie just said Shane is like a great example of a guy that just came in and crushed it with doing great video, doing great pictures, and actually editing it and giving a shit about what his product looked like. And I'll never say a bad thing about Shane's shit because it all looks great. Even Shane's dumb little videos where when he was campaigning for the 15 minutes of lane. They all looked great. Even his lives, he would seek out these cool looking backgrounds and do everything there. And like if anybody wants an example to do, your black eye is so fucked up, dude. Like when you just came into the camera like that, I'm just like, dude, like what the fuck, man?
It's fucking gnarly. I told you guys. Somebody said on the last live I was on another live at literally a couple hours before this, and they're like, motherfucker, they're like, I don't ever want to get punched by you. If that's the way you punch yourself, I don't want you fucking hit me.
It's so weird that I'm talking to a man that punched himself, right?
And like laugh about it.
A legitimate 30-year-old man who like fucking punches himself and thinks it's hysterical. Oh my fucking god, man. Right?
Hey man, this is my life, it's welcome to my world, bro.
but I just don't even know like why. Like were you hanging out with Miri and Miri was like, hey, I got an idea. Maybe you should punch yourself in the face 5 times and let's see how long it takes for you to get a black eye. Was that the situation?
I don't know, dude. I genuinely, I only just vaguely remember. All I remember is that I very specifically know that I punched myself in the face. That's not some story where I woke up with a black eye and they're like, no, man, you did that yourself. We don't know what happened. No, I very specifically remember hitting myself, but I don't remember the context as exactly what was going on and what the conversation was like. But like I said, it's nothing is a surprise to me. Again, I've hit myself in the head with chairs and done a lot of just dumb shit when I was drunk. So
Yeah,
you know, this is pretty par for the course.
You need to fucking stop, man. Fucking, it's a little sad. I'll be honest with you. Like I feel bad for you right now. I'm like, fucking this poor kid. Fucking,
it's gonna happen. We're gonna make Chris Eaton cry. Here it comes. God damn it.
No, fuck him. You know, fuck him. We'll make him spit more fucking shit on his laptop. That shit is so fucked up in this light, man, dude. It's fucking. It looks horrible in this light.
Oh yeah, it's bad. It's real bad.
Holy fuck.
You should have seen it a couple of days ago. It was even worse.
I saw you a couple of days ago on the Zoom call.
Oh yeah, you did. That's right.
I was like, what the fuck is going on here, man? Holy fucking shit. All right. Ugh. All right. There's a lot of silence going on here. There's a lot of fucking non-professional podcast shit going on. There's a lot of gaps. What do you want to talk about next? Because if not, I'm going to go eat Cheez-Its and fucking go on the couch and watch watch The Winter Soldier again. So
I wouldn't fucking blame you. Not for a second. Bradley, what you got, brother? We already did our segments, yeah?
Yeah, we did the segments, and Chris said at the beginning he didn't want this to be one of the 3-hour long things, and honestly, I don't think those do as well as the shorter ones. And we've had some fun busting your balls about your stupidity. We had some good music talk, learned some shit about Chris's business that I didn't know. So if you've got something else you want to talk, or if there's something else that Chris wants to touch on, I'll leave it up for a minute or so for the comments. See if anybody has any last questions for Chris, and we'll get out of here.
No, we're not gonna be that fucking podcast where we're asking our fucking guests to give us some fucking ammunition. Chris, we appreciate you, brother. We appreciate you so much, man. And in all seriousness, I love when things end like this on a natural fucking flow. We've had a great fucking time tonight. We've had a lot of great talks. I love that you've opened up about what you got going on in terms of what you do on your day to day, because that's something I haven't heard you talk about before. All the music stuff, just everything. And despite the fact that anybody might think that Chris is a fucking giant asshole, he's a good fucking guy. He's a good friend of mine, and I love him for being on here tonight. So thank you for that. And that's it, man. That's all I got for you.
Are you fucking bigger than me?
Yeah, 100%.
Oh, man. That's fucked up, man. Zach and I actually don't hang out at all. All right? He's just fucking shit now. Fucking, I never met Zach in my fucking life. And Zach's fucking pulling me into his other fucking issues with other people.
Oh, you're killing me.
All right, guys. Thank you again, Chris. Make sure you guys tune in next week. We have Marita coming on. It's going to be another good show. And as always, we love all of you that feel as you are connected by creatures. Later, guys.
Love y'all. Later. We'll see y'all soon.
Oh, that's a cute little